Hi everyone. All right, in this lesson I'm going to do a demonstration of how you can create a screencast using Zoom for free. So if you don't have an editing software, this is an option for you to create materials or even do a teaching demonstration. I'm going to be using Camtasia. So you can see this is my recording, my recording software, and I hit record and I'm able to have my whole screen show, but this is just so you can see what I'm doing. This is not actually what you would do to create the materials. Okay, you would start by going to Zoom. Okay, you can create a free account, and before you get your video started, before you start a meeting, is definitely make sure you check your settings, particularly the audio, right? So it should detect if you have your headset plugged in or if you have some external microphone, but just in case, you want to make sure that you set it, because it's no fun to do a whole recording only to realize that you were recording in the internal mic, and then the sound just is terrible. Okay, been there. So once you have your audio set up, if you're going to be doing video, which you don't have to, but you can, you want to make sure that you have it set, if you have an external webcam, that you use that. Okay, so once we're all set with that, we want to double check the recording. Now we can choose where this goes, where the recording will go. With your free Zoom account, you do have some cloud storage space, but I recommend that you save it to your computer just in case you go too long. The free account doesn't have a whole lot of storage, so my storage is pretty high, but that's because at the time of recording I have a pro account. So you want to make sure that you're going to be saving to your computer is my recommendation. Okay, once you have that all set, you can go ahead and start a meeting with or without video. Okay, if I'm doing the screencast, I'm going to do a demonstration of a website I wanted to show you anyways, but I don't want video, so I'm going to start without video. Now it's not recording yet. I'm going to join conference by my computer. So I would join this. Okay, but I'm going to mute myself because it's going to cause some issues since I'm recording with my editing software and recording through Zoom. That would not be good. So I'm going to leave that muted, but you would definitely want to make sure you are not muted. Okay, now you can either have your video on or you can have it. Okay, so you can have your video on or you can shut it off and do your screen share. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for doing video today, so I'm not going to show myself too much. So I still haven't actually done the recording yet. I can go ahead and get started with sharing my screen before I click the record. This will help cut down on my editing time. Okay, so no one is in this meeting. It's just with myself. And see, there's only one participant. So when I go to my screen share, I have a couple of options. I could do a whiteboard like this, where I share my screen. Okay. And I'm going to want to go ahead I can record. So if I want to start recording, I would click record on this computer and I could begin my demonstration. If I want to do some drawings, things like this, if I want to show how do you play a game, right, I can do all that. But I don't want to do the whiteboard, so I'm going to go back. My other options, I can share my Camtasia program. I can share what's open in my web browser or my folders. So these are the programs. Okay, these are the programs that are available. When I click share, it's not going to show everything on my computer. It's only going to show the program that I select. So what I want is to share my web browser. Okay, so I share my screen and it'll automatically go to full screen. You'll notice that I have this bar here, so I can move this around. This will not show up. Okay, this will not show up for the recording. Now with the annotate, we can switch. Okay, let me switch my annotate. I just want my mouse. Okay, I don't want the spotlight. Go away, spotlight. Okay, so I want my mouse as an option. Okay, so that doesn't want to go away. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead when I'm ready to start recording. I'll go back and I'm going to record to this computer. Okay, and I'll click and then I will go ahead and begin. Okay, I'll begin doing my demonstration. So, welcome everyone. In this quick demo, I'm going to show you how to use the website Canva, okay, to make awesome graphics for your classes. Now, when you're doing a demo on something like a web browser, if you have super fast internet, then awesome. Go ahead and just run through the web pages like normal. Let me move this bar out of the way. Okay, but if you have somewhat slow internet, then what I go ahead and do is I open a couple of the tabs, knowing that I'm going to move through those as I show the demonstration, just because sometimes my computer really churns and it takes a while. Okay, so in the demonstration I would want to be showing you all how to use Canva. Canva is a free website, but it does have options for upgrading. Obviously, so the free version you don't have as access to as many things, but it's still possible to do some really cool things with the free version. So I would log in, I would create a password, and then these are some of the designs I've made when I was first learning, trying it out. When you create a design, it's going to save it here, so you can always go back and edit it. You can make copies. So here, for example, was a blog posting I did about the concept of I should be fluent, and then how teaching ESL changed my attitude. And I can go into this graphic. This was designed for Pinterest, so it's a certain width and certain height and certain pixels that is ideal for Pinterest. I could go in and I can change this. So this is something, if I want to, modify it, use it again, I can always come back to it, okay? Unless you delete it, Canva is going to save this. If I want to make something new, I would create a design. You can see there are all these amazing options that are set for certain types of social media platforms, right? You have Facebook covers, Pinterest, the infographics are really fun. There's things for Twitter, Instagram, whatnot. So this is a way that you can make, if you have a Facebook group for your class, or if you have them following, you can definitely come in here and make your own. So let's say I do a Pinterest graphic. See what I mean about loading, right? So it takes a minute, but when you go to the left, you have all these great options that you can start as a template, and you can always modify them. You don't have to use these. You can just start creating your own and adding in pictures and adding in different shapes, but I am not that creative artistically, so I tend to find something that I like, and let's say we'll just go with this one. I like how this looks, but maybe I just don't like the colors, so I can start going in and switching. Okay, I really like my tealish blue color, and then so I want to change my quote to be something that, right, teaching is wonderful, right? And then I can go ahead and I can modify this with different fonts, different sizes. Let's make it huge, right? That's too big, of course. Okay, let's see, 64 should be good. So that I can change the color, right? I can play around with this, and this was said by me, Deborah Gafsky. Okay, and I can play with this more. I can add in, so there are free pictures. Now with they're going to give you options for paid ones once I get through. These are free photos. If I do a search for, let's say I want a picture of the sun, right? There are free options, but then you'll notice this is where they start to make their money, is when you upgrade to the professional plans, or if you start purchasing images to include these. You have to be careful because some will be a single use, so you pay $1 and you can only download it once. So if you want to then modify it and download it again, you're going to pay again. Okay, they also have the option you could pay, I don't know, like $10, and you can use it unlimited however you want. So there's usually a few decent options for the free ones. So I want to put in a little sun, right? I can add it here, and then going back, so there's options with the pictures, there's grids, frames, illustrations, all sorts of amazing things that you can do. I've used plenty of these little icons. Let's say if there's something with teach. Okay, so we'll put in a little teacher there, a little cute kid drawing on a chalkboard. So this is a sample. Once you get play around with it, you can change the background color to have all sorts of patterns. There's really a wide variety of options that you can do with the free version. Now once I'm ready, I can download this. Okay, or I should note too, make it public or make it private. So this is just for me. If I want to share this, maybe I'm working, I want to share it with my students, or you have a group of teachers that you want to create materials together. Okay, there's some different options there. So I'm going to go ahead and download it, and I'm going to make this the recommended version. For a lot of the other ones like presentations, or if you're doing a flyer, it will give you the option to do with PDF. Okay, with PDF, just a note, you can do links to websites. So if I wanted to put my teaching portfolio and I want to link this to, I put in my, it's like Wix something, Deborah Gavsky, I can't remember exactly what it is. I can go ahead and apply that. And then when you download as a PDF, if you click, you'll be able to go directly to the website. But there's a limit, I think, to maybe just one link in a free version. Obviously, you upgrade, you get more options. Okay, so this is how you use Canva. And when I'm done with my demonstration, I just say, thanks for watching, and done. I would then stop. Okay, so I'd stop share, and I would end. I can either end the meeting, okay, or I would click the stop record. So before it was recording, so it starts, okay, continue the audio. This whole time I was recording, yeah, it's really not fun if you forget to record. So it was recording, and then as soon as I want to stop, I can click pause, I can keep doing things, or I can go ahead and hit stop. And then it lets me know the recorded file will be converted to an MP4 when the meeting ends. So it's not going to start processing the video until I actually click end meeting. Okay, and yes, I end this for all because, well, there's no one else on there. So I end this meeting. And now on my computer, it's going to process, and when it's done, it will take me to where, because I recorded for like 3 seconds, it's going to be a super small video, but wherever I had set my recording to go to, I have a folder for Zoom recordings under my documents, is that I'm able to have that video right here. Okay, and so that's a way that you can then create a screencast with using just using Zoom, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay, so I'm always looking for some free options to get you started. It just, in terms of if you're doing that, you want to try to have as little editing as possible. So you're going to want to make sure that you don't start recording until you've already shared your screen, and then you want to pause the recording before you stop the screen share and end the meeting. That way you don't have to worry about cutting the beginning and the end of the videos off. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that demo, and have a wonderful day.